Welcome to ClickSeminars.LIVE. Keep learning, keep earning in 2020 and beyond. And now let's get ready for our next speaker session starting now. Well, good morning in the U.S., good evening over across the world. This is Mike Stewart, the Internet Audio Guy here, and we're getting ready to tell you something about live television. Here's a lesson about live television. You are here to hear the amazing John Childers. Well, in preparation this morning, John's internet and his computer were not cooperating. We have worked for the last 30 minutes to get him working, and it's not. So let me tell you what you do in live television. The show must go on. So here's what we're doing for you folks. John has gone down into his video studio and he is recording his amazing presentation, and he will get it to me as quickly within the next few moments from 10 a.m. Central, 8 a.m. Los Angeles time, and 11 a.m. Eastern time. And so you can figure out your time zones for that. As soon as he gets that on this page, the page you're on right now, that video will be available. If you're watching this on Facebook and YouTube, it will be replaced. The only part that you won't be able to do is interact with John. But there is a way to interact with John. You should get into the ClickSeminars.LIVE Facebook public group. Post any questions to John Childers after you watch his presentation that he's actually in the studio recording as I speak, and you'll be able to get those questions answered. Just unfortunately, as we've been doing all week, live interaction is not going to be possible with John because of technical difficulties. So let me tell you a little bit about John Childers before I go. And what you're going to need to do is you're going to need to refresh this page. And below this video is going to be some links to hold you over until John gets his presentation, which is probably going to take an hour or two from the time I'm doing this live stream to record. But John Childers is about making money. And of course, everybody, we all want to make more money. And a lot of people want to make a lot of money. So he is uniquely qualified to speak on that topic, having made his first $1 million years and years and years ago. So I wish I could be presenting John to you right now, but like I said, we have a technical difficulty where John's computer and his system and his internet connection would not cooperate. So basically the pipeline to make that content come to you live is not possible. However, through the magic of recording and the magic of the of at least even with a bad internet connection, he can get us his content, which will be on this page. But what you're going to have to do is you're going to have to come back to this page, refresh this page, and the proper content will be here. But for the time being, it's just me telling you that we have a technical difficulty and we won't be able to have John live right now. Now, before I go, I want to tell you a little bit about John Childers. I've known John for about 18 years. I met him at an Armin Morin presentation, and he is one of the most gifted mentors I've ever had in my life. He teaches people how to present, how to make more money in their presentations. You know, it's all about what you say and how you say it. I mean, one of the things I remember from John years ago, he says, tell people what you're going to tell them, and tell them what you told them. In other words, take 3 times to remind folks of the great information and content. And then when you've done that, you've earned the right to give them an opportunity to work with you. We call it a continuing education offer. So I am a John Childers trained speaker. I'm not the world's greatest speaker, but I'll tell you what, John has made a lot of money for me. In fact, I'm wearing the shirt today. When I spoke at Armin Morin's seminar, and it'll be in my presentation at 2 p.m. Central Time, noon LA, and then 3 p.m. Eastern. I'm excited about my presentation. It's when the internet works, it's exciting, and when it doesn't work, it's a little frustrating, like it is this morning. But more importantly, the last time I wore this shirt, which, you know, it looks like I'm on vacation. Well, yeah, it is. but I had been trained by John how to present to a group. And that was 12 years ago. I had the most profitable day of my life. And that's due, in fact, to John Childers, what he taught me about presenting and how to make money from presenting and how to be sincere and honest with great content, but then gaining the respect of your audience, that if they know, like, and trust you from the content you've given them, then you have the ability to profit from that. And that's what John Childers is all about. He's one of the most brilliant. He had a 3-day workshop that I attended. In fact, I recorded that workshop for him years ago, and he was just amazing. So John is one of the great ones, man. He's an amazing speaker trainer. He's made a fortune from the stage, knowing how to speak. And so we're basically on a stage right now. It's a virtual stage. And like yesterday, we had the electricity go out on Scott Coulson. No, not Scott Coulson. It was Mr. Letourneau. Letourneau. I got to get these names right. Any rate, his power went out because they were working on his house and his picture froze. Well, you know, the internet runs on electricity, and television runs on electricity. And so when electricity goes out, it's not like standing on a stage. You know, it's the equivalent of somebody, the roof falling on your head. You know, if you're standing on a stage and the roof falls on your head, you're not going to continue speaking. Well, we need electricity. We need the internet. We need a fast connection. We need a webcam. We need a microphone, and we need a message. And that's what John Childers is. He's an amazing message, but his microphone and his internet connection didn't work for us today. So therefore, what I encourage you to do here is right now, know that we're going to end this broadcast here in just a few moments. You need to refresh this page, come out of it and hit F5 on your computer. If you hit F5 on your computer or refresh your browser page, there is going to be a great presentation, an unexpected bonus presentation from our fearless leader, Tom Wah, that you're going to be able to watch while we're waiting for John to record and prepare his presentation, which will be replaced here later in the day. I promise you, technically, that is possible. That is going to happen. But unfortunately, John can't be here live. And I know there's a lot of you here who wanted to hear him live. Well, come back. You will get to hear him and in fact, I'll bring the link over here. This is really the only link you really need to remember is ClickSeminars.LIVE/watch. That's the one. And that gives you the links to all of the presentations. There's no way in the world that you can't figure out how to listen to and see. And you know what? The phenomenon in television of binge watching. You know, binge watching didn't exist when I was a kid. When something was on live and you missed it, it was gone forever unless it went into something called reruns. I Love Lucy and Desi Arnaz and Lucille Ball were the visionaries that created the rerun. So binge watching is reruns on demand. And ClickSeminars.LIVE/watch is the channel. That is the location of the binge watching potential of Click Seminars, the ability to go back and hear these amazing speakers. And we encourage that so much. So with all that being said, you can go into the chat box right now and let me know. I'm watching the chat. Let me know that you're going to be back to this page. And since I have been given the stage because John can't be here, well, I'm the next presenter. And I can't wait to present for you my new strategies about live streaming, podcasting, audio and video marketing. Yes, Braun says, oh no, it's 1 a.m. here. And I know John is amazing, but unfortunately the technology is not going to let that happen. However, the good news is if you come back to this link right here, you'll be able to see John's presentation because he's recording his new presentation, and his amazing ability to connect with him will be at that page linked from his description on the watch page. So just make that note. So I'm looking at the chats right now. I see we have some live people right now, but once again, you can probably tell I'm not John Childers. I'm Mike Stewart. and I will be presenting in about 4 hours time from here, 2 p.m. Eastern, 3 p.m. Los Angeles time, and I take it back, 12 p.m. and 3 p.m. Eastern time. So you can go to the time dot, I believe it's time.com, and be able to see what time it is. Here's Wendy's. Long time since we. Oh yes, I remember you, Wendy. Would love to see John's and yours. Well, Wendy, I'll tell you how you're going to see John's. You're going to have to come back to this page when John gets it recorded and we can post it. Unfortunately, John has not got the ability technically with his connection and his computer. Not that he can't click on and do an amazing presentation. That's not the problem. The problem is we tried to connect and it would come in and it'd go out, and it would have been very frustrating to try to broadcast that. You know, the requirements for live streaming is you've got to have a great internet connection, which most everybody in the country has. You need a good webcam and a good microphone, and you need the skill to present. But you know what? Everybody has a presentation in them. So Wendy, come back. Be sure to come and see me this afternoon. So what I'm going to do is I've taken enough time to explain the problem as people come in, and we will get this sorted out. And I will see you back here in my lucky Hawaiian shirt, which has got a story you don't want to miss. Great story I'm going to be telling in my presentation. And there you go. I will be back. Thank you. Margaret says, yes, we'll be back. John, I wish people could see, wish you could see this, but he's down in his studio recording a great presentation for you, and we'll have it here shortly. So with all that being said, I'm going to play our theme music, and I will see you later today.